Hello, friends. It's good to see you. Not rocking a baseball cap tonight, but still rocking the braids. So Monday will be the day. Well, Saturday my nieces are going to take them out for me, and then Monday I get to find out if I can walk again and have more mobility. So I'm excited to talk to you about raising your vibration, because what does that mean? I never even heard of any of this stuff before, right? So what is it to raise your vibration, and what is it that you should do to raise your vibration? I have no idea, right? Or I had no idea, but I do now. So you can search on YouTube for a million videos about how to raise your vibration and different techniques, and they all use fancy language, and some of it's a little woo-woo, and I'm like, I don't know if I buy all that crap. But I will say that pretty much the theory is this. We live on a vibrational plane, right? And lower vibrational things, guilt, shame, frustration, things like that are on the bottom. And then joy, love, peace, fulfillment, those are at the top. And you live in a constant state of one of those, right? Or in a group of them, right? So, if you're always feeling ashamed of yourself, if you're always feeling guilty about something, you live in a lower vibration. And then we have moments where kind of like a thermostat where you kind of go up and down. You're set at 60, but sometimes you make, it's hotter and you want the air conditioner. Sometimes it's colder and you want the heat, and in different situations will kind of bounce you up and down that thermostat. So in order for, you to be connected to the energy of the universe, you have to have a higher vibration. And you can do that a number of different ways. And like I said, there's tons of YouTube videos about it. But I'm a practical person and I know it works for me. So, you know that you live in a higher vibration if you're a positive person and you have a positive outlook on things. Even when things go bad, in general you have a positive outlook on things, and you know that you're living in a high vibration if you are filled with gratitude, and gratitude is actually one of the things that can instantly raise your vibration. And you're a giving person, and you give without counting the cost, right? So that raises your vibration, the act of giving, and but also the act of receiving graciously and thankfully, right? So you kind of have a sense of where your vibration is. Like if you're, living in a lower vibration, you might be angry all the time, or you're jealous of everything that everybody else has that you don't have, or whatever. So you kind of have to take stock in kind of where your vibration is. And then our goal really is to try to raise our vibration every day to be better than we were yesterday. And how do you do that? Like how, once I learned about this, I'm like, oh, well, what do I have to do to do that? Well, for one, you want to pray or meditate or both. I do both. And you want to start your day with even if you're in the car driving to work, you want to, thank your higher source or thank your power. In my case, I'm thanking God and Jesus, for all the great things. And gratitude is like the number one booster. Like, if you're run a marathon, like water and Gatorade, like, the things that really give you a boost, like that's, like being grateful is like the number one booster. So start your day with gratitude. If you have time, do a meditation, and it doesn't have to be you sitting in some weird pose and, you're like, you don't have to do that. Like a meditation can be 3 minutes in your car on the way to work. It can be on a walk. It can be in your, as you're brushing your teeth in the morning, whatever, like your vibration is raised anytime you're sort of focused on goodness. And somebody explained once to me recently that the difference between prayer and meditation is prayer is when you're talking to God, and meditation is when you're listening to God. So, take a minute or two each day to sort of meditate. As you know, I do the morning thing where I have my word that I do, and I think about in my meditation. Today's phrase was just be. And it wasn't, just be nice or just be kind. It was just be. So I've just been being all day, and just, okay with the reality. Got a lot of work done, had a lot of things going on. But I was just being, and it was great because I didn't feel depressed. I didn't feel frustrated today like I did yesterday. Frustration is a very low vibrational, place to be. So I wasn't there today. And then even tonight when I went to have to take a bath, that's very frustrating because of how I have to do it. It wasn't frustrating. Like, it was fine. Like, I was just like, okay, well, it is what it is. And we're going to get clean what we can get clean. And, Monday will come and I'll be able to take a shower. I'll have my big hair back and it'll all be good again. So, you know, prayer, meditation, start your day off right. I know this is crazy, coming from me because I've been notorious in the past for eating absolute garbage, but I've, for a month now, I've been eating really, really healthily. Healthily, is that a word? Healthy. I've been eating healthy. I don't have sugar in my diet, added sugar. I only eat natural sugar, and I feel good. Like, I feel really, really well. I've lost a ton of weight. It's like fallen off. And I've really made some lifestyle changes. I have more to make, but I'm doing one thing at a time. So, definitely eat things that, put into your body, your temple, the things that are going to make you feel good. It would feel great to dive into an ice cream cake. Trust me, I could do that at any time. But really, afterwards, like, then you feel gross and stuff. So, I've come to appreciate a lot of new foods. That it's not that I didn't eat them before, but I just, cake, asparagus, going for the cake. Now I go for the asparagus, and it's all good. So, and you can do it, and it doesn't matter. Like, it's funny. We always think like health food people, they're skinny people. Like, well, what do they know about being my size? Nothing. Well, you don't get to that size, by eating cake. So, I'm not really worried about my weight. I don't really care about that so much as I care about being healthy and being around Knockwood, so that I can help my boys. Because I have two beautiful boys that are young adults and they need their mom and she needs to take care of herself. So, so definitely eat right. Make sure you eat breakfast because that's your fuel for the day. Eat things that are going to fuel you throughout the day. During the day, take breaks from the screen. Like, if you work a job like I do where you're constantly on the computer, like, take conscious breaks and walk away. If you work in industry, like, use your breaks to your advantage, right? Like, if you get a 15-minute break or a half-hour lunch to leave the factory, like, go and, like, go outside, just absorb the sun, close your eyes for a minute, and just, like, recenter and center yourself back to where you need to be. Another thing to raise your vibration is to, to fill your life with edifying things that bring you joy, because joy is up there in the chart, right? So whatever that is for you, if it's music or art or hanging out with your friends, whatever it is, like, do the things that bring you joy and try to find opportunities to bring joy into your life and to be a joy deliverer, right? Like, be a person who gives others joy. One of the most rewarding things about hosting the hikers is just the sheer joy of their surprise when there's no cost, right? They're like, no, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, I'm sure. Like, I'm not doing this for the money. I'm doing this for, because I think that, we all need a little help, right? Yes, I get it that they're on a vacation. Yes, I get it that, like, not everybody in the world has the option to take off 6 months of their lives and, hike up a long trail. But we have an opportunity to help another human. Like, we should take it. It brings us tremendous joy. It brings them tremendous joy. So do things that bring you joy. Whatever your hobbies are, like, definitely focus on things that bring you joy and bring others joy. Cause no harm. If you can, like, cause no harm. Like, if you can say a kind word, then say it. If you know that you're being a jerk, or that you're withholding love from somebody or withholding friendship, for no reason, like, don't do that. Like, just, not that you have to snuggle up with somebody you don't like or whatever, but you can say a kind word. You can ask after somebody. You can, ask after their family or whatever. Like, you can do small things and not get, and I get this. You don't want to get intertwined with, with nonsense, right? But you can always offer a kind word, and that can make somebody's day if it's genuine, right? Don't, never be untruthful and never be, say things just for the sake of saying things, like actually believe what it is you're saying. So, so those are ways. And then surround yourself with people who are in high vibration, right? Like if you surround yourself with a whole lot of people who just complain all the time, and they're always talking smack, and they're always throwing shade, and they're always just grumpy and cranky, and like, you're going to be drawn down to that, because remember that table that I talk about all the time, it's easier for them to pull you off your table. It's harder for you to pull them up. But, if you surround yourself with really, people that are full of light and love, then, it's so much easier, and so you have to find your tribe, which I've talked about before. You have to find the people who share your joy and vibration, right? And then there are going to be people in your life where you're like, they were really low vibration. So you're kind to them, and you wish them well. You wish them all the best in light and love. And then you let them go, because they're just going to bring your vibration down. You don't want that, because you want to raise your vibration, right? And I know this is like, it seems like such a concept, right? Smile more. Like, smile. Like, even when people aren't around, smile at things that make you happy. Like a smile just raises, being grateful and being joyful are like awesome. And then just loving things, like love everything around you. I am, the beauty of being in this predicament that I'm in is that I really have had a great opportunity to sort of sort through the things that I value, and the things that I care about, and the people that I care about, and the people I've had to let go. There's been, a push-pull for some things, but, I feel at the, going into Monday, when can I walk again? I go in as a much more joyful person. I was initially angry and frustrated and beside myself that I couldn't this week move at all. I have these 3 spaces that I can go, but now I'm kind of like, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it because I'm doing some other things that I never would do. One of the things I'm doing is making an affirmations box. So my friend Shannon gave me this cool box with a very beautiful crystal in it. Let me show it to you. She gave me this beautiful crystal, so I love it. And she's taking bagpipe lessons, but she delivered it in this box. And so I'm putting in affirmations. And so people talk about manifesting all the time. Like, what is manifesting? Well, manifesting is like you say it and then it happens, right? But you want to be careful. Like, I'm going to hit the lottery. Well, you want higher order things, right? You don't want to pick things that are in the shallow end of the pool. You want to go for the bigger fish out in the ocean. So, things, that will bring you fulfillment and joy. You write them down and you put them in your box and assume that they've already happened. Now, you want to be careful because, you don't want to be delusional, right? So if I say like, I am going to be a supermodel. I am a supermodel is the way you would write it, and you would put it in your box. I'm not going to be a supermodel. I also don't want to be a supermodel. But, like, I'm going to marry Johnny Depp. And that's not going to happen, right? Like that's not going to happen. So you want to be realistic about the things that go in your box. But you want to make realistic affirmations. So, like, I want to hike the state of Virginia all in one shot. It's going to take a few weeks. Like, I am going to hike Virginia. Like, I'm putting that in this box. So thank you to Shannon for the box. I'm so thankful for it, and it brings me joy. And I actually like it's yay. Like, these are things that are yay, and that's very, very cool. And actually, like, the way I met Shannon was absolutely through, I think, spirit. We have a lot in common. But also, she was getting married. She was looking for somebody who could marry her. She and her husband don't have a lot of money. I do marriages or wedding ceremonies. I don't charge because I feel like that's a gift of spirit, and I don't need the money for it, and I don't want the money for it. So that's how I met her, and now we become friends. So, so there's so much to be thankful for in this life. We can really weigh ourselves down in that low vibrational, like this sucks and my boss sucks and this and that. My boss does not suck, by the way. I have a great boss. But whatever it is, like, this commute really sucks, or, I can't fit in my pants, or whatever it is, right? We can always get trapped in that low end of the vibration scale, because that's easier, right? It's much harder to be joyful and thankful and grateful and graceful and all the good words, right? Like, it's harder to do that. But really, it's not that hard. Like, once you get that vibe going, it's like a pipe tune. Like, once you get the groove of the pipe tune, like, you're in it, you're grooving, you just kind of sail on, and it's fantastic. So I hope that, if you want to learn more about how to raise your vibration and techniques that work for you, for me, it's meditation and prayer. It's being grateful for all the awesome things that happen in my life. It's, writing down my word and thinking about the word throughout the day. I journal, so that actually helps me a lot. And when I'm mad at somebody or I'm mad at something, I actually write it down. I like write exactly how I feel, because sometimes I just have to get it out. And it's not really great if I would say it to the person or say it out loud to somebody else about them. So I'll write it down and then I'll burn it, right? So that at least I feel like I put words to it and I can move on. And unfortunately, I've always been natured as a person who can move on from things. And even if I'm stumbling a little bit to let go of something, eventually I do let go and then I move on, and then it's over with. So I'm not one that kind of goes back into time and digs up the stuff that happened in the 1980s. So, so that's one way that I let go of frustrations, so that I can see it go into the wind. And so that's another trick. And then, you definitely want to end the day by being thankful again for, like, all the amazing things. Like, your day could absolutely be just a shit show, but there's something in that day that you can be thankful for and that brought you joy. A smile of a person, seeing a kitty cat. I know we have this frog that lives out in our pond, so I can't really walk anywhere, but I did walk outside to go see the frog today. So I got to see nature and I got to see the frog, and that made me happy because it was outside of my house and it wasn't the 3 spaces that I'm stuck in. So find things that bring you joy, and then close each day, be thankful, and start your next day as a brand new, fresh, bright day. It's a brand new day with new possibilities and new things for you to focus on. So I'm wishing all of you all the best in light and love. I'm so thankful for you, and I wish you the best. Be well. Bye-bye.